this is JC. Welcome to Missed Again, where every missed shot is a lesson. It's not about perfect play, it's about my struggles and honest progress. In a previous video, we discussed where the cue ball goes directly after hitting an object ball. This knowledge is essential to predict the path of the cue ball after contacting the cushion. Because if you have no idea what angle the cue ball is approaching the cushion at, you will not know where it will go after hitting the cushion. So, if you have not watched part 1 of this video series, do watch it first by clicking on the link in the card above or in the description below. And before we continue, do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to the channel. It will really help with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks a lot. The way I learned how the cue ball reacts when it hits a cushion was by hitting the cue ball at different speeds into the cushion with no top, bottom or side spin. I start off with the medium speed to establish a baseline, and this center ball hit at medium speed becomes a foundational reference point for me. In this example, I'll be aiming for the second diamond, although I will be contacting the cushion earlier. My expected cue ball travel path is to hit the 1 ball. As a starting point, you can use the angle of incidence equals angle of reflection for medium shots without side spin. But expect the angle to shorten a bit. It is not exactly equal. If I hit this right, I should hit the 1 ball with a full hit. Just like that. When practicing this, it is important to have a smooth, straight stroke to hit the right spot on the cushion. As this medium speed center ball hit is foundational, it is important that I can repeat the shot with consistency. If not, I'll try again till I can do it 5 times in a row. I should mention that the condition of the cloth and cushion will affect the exact angle that the ball will rebound off the cushion. But assuming normal conditions, the variance should not be too great, but you will still have to adjust to each table you play at. The next shot is to hit center ball but with slow speed. The angle will widen up after hitting the cushion compared to the medium hit. While I did hit the yellow 1 ball first, the angle was slightly wider as the cue ball grazed off the 1 ball into the 2 ball. Now I will try a harder hit. When the cue ball is hit hard, the angle will become smaller after hitting the cushion compared to a medium hit. Here, a hard hit results in a smaller angle and a full hit on the red 3 ball. Here's a simple mnemonic to remember the angles for soft and hard hits. When you hit soft, the ball is relaxed and opens up. When you hit hard, the ball is tense and tightens up. So soft results in an open, wider angle, and hard results in a tighter, smaller angle. Now I will add side spin or English and see what happens to the cue ball. When I hit the cue ball at 9 o'clock with medium speed, the angle widens significantly and clears the row of balls on the table. I'll now apply inside or reverse side spin or English to the cue ball. When I hit the cue ball at 3 o'clock with medium speed, the rebound angle is killed and the cue ball doesn't even hit any of the balls on the table. Now I'll shoot the cue ball without side spin but with top spin at medium speed. Essentially a follow shot. Where do you think the cue ball will go? It is basically the same as a center ball medium hit, as both have forward roll, so the cue ball hits the 1 ball full. This time I'll shoot the cue ball with bottom spin. Bottom spin actually closes up the angle upon rebound. But I must admit, this hit is slightly harder than medium. So together, the reaction is like a hard hit, which is why the cue ball hit the red 3 ball full. For the sake of completeness, I will shoot the cue ball at high left, high right, low left, and low right to demonstrate the different paths of the cue ball off the cushion. This shot is at 10 o'clock. This shot is at 2 o'clock. This is 8 o'clock. And this is 4 o'clock. To sum up, where you hit the cue ball will determine the path of the cue ball off the cushion. Whether you're hitting center ball or applying backhand or front hand English, The difference in results depends on how hard you hit the ball and how much spin you apply. This can only be developed with practice, repetition, and getting the feel. Now, you will not always be shooting the cue ball directly in the cushion unless you are performing a kick shot. Rather, we want to know where the cue ball will go after it contacts an object ball and comes off a rail. In this video, I will also not discuss shots where the object ball is frozen to the cushion. That will be discussed in a subsequent Part 3 video. So we must first know where the cue ball will go after it contacts an object ball. As discussed in the Part 1 video, you must first know where the cue ball will contact the object ball for the object ball to be pocketed. This is the ghost ball. We know when the cue ball contacts the object ball with no forward or bottom spin, like in a stun shot. The cue ball will travel down the tangent line between both balls. However, if the cue ball is hit with center ball or above center ball hit, upon contact with the object ball, the cue ball will travel approximately 30 degrees away from the object ball due to the forward roll in the cue ball. In this example, if I hit the cue ball in the center with medium speed to pocket the 9 ball, I should be able to predict the path of the cue ball to the cushion and from there know where the cue ball will go off the cushion based on the shots demonstrated earlier. The cue ball should hit the 1 ball full on. Now I will try the shot with a slower speed. Based on the earlier shots, we know that the rebound angle of the cushion will open up. The cue ball should hit the cushion and graze off the 1 ball and hit the 2 ball. Now I'm going to hit the cue ball hard. Where do you think the cue ball will go? Which ball do you think it will hit? Think about it for a moment. If that result surprised you, it is because you thought that the hard hit should have resulted in a tighter angle, but it seems the angle was wide, which is why the cue ball missed the row of balls. Actually, you likely forgot about the tangent line when a stun shot is made on the cue ball. At this short distance, a hard center ball hit acts like a stun shot. There's not enough time for forward roll to come into effect, so the cue ball slides and hits the object ball with no forward spin. This causes the cue ball to roll along the tangent line, not the 30-degree angle. As such, it hits the cushion much further down the table. To demonstrate this point, let me set up the shot again, but move the cue ball further back. At this distance and keeping the same speed as the previous shot, there's enough distance for the slide to end and forward roll to come into effect. The cue ball should not slide down the tangent line. Instead, it should move closer to the 30-degree angle like a medium hit and contact either the 1 or 2 ball after coming off the cushion. Now let us bring side spin into the picture. If I hit the cue ball with outside spin, in this case 9 o'clock, the cue ball will spin clockwise. If hit with enough speed, the spinning cue ball will hit the object ball and contact the rail. When it hits the rail, it will spin off towards its left. Conversely, if I hit the cue ball with inside or reverse spin at 3 o'clock, the cue ball will spin counterclockwise. It will hit the rail where it spins back, away from the natural path of the cue ball. I'll reset the shot and shoot the cue ball with left spin at 9 o'clock. This outside English spins in the direction where the cue ball is heading and is also called running English, as it runs in the direction of where the cue ball is heading. Now I'll shoot the cue ball with inside or reverse English at 3 o'clock. Predictably, the cue ball spins back away from the direction it was heading. For the sake of completeness, like before, I will shoot the cue ball at high left, high right, low left, and low right to demonstrate the different paths of the cue ball off the cushion. This shot is at 10 o'clock. This is 2 o'clock. This is 8 o'clock. and this is 4 o'clock. Well, that's it for this video. I hope my process of learning where the cue ball will go after contacting the cushion will be useful to you. This is critical knowledge and skill to have, as there are two parts to playing pool: pocketing a ball and getting into position for the next ball. Knowing where the cue ball will go after contacting an object ball and then after contacting a cushion is essential, as 60 to 70% of positional shots require the cue ball to come off at least one cushion. When the cue ball contacts the cushion after contacting the object ball, different variables come into play. How hard you hit the ball, the amount of spin, condition of cloth, the type of cloth, and condition of cushion will all affect where the cue ball will go and how far it will travel. The key to controlling the cue ball is speed control, which takes a lot of time to develop, at least for me. Start with the center ball hit with medium speed to establish your own baseline. Don't complicate things with side spin. After establishing your baseline, experiment with different speeds and note where the cue ball goes to. Only after you're familiar with those shots do you introduce spin and build up your vocabulary. If you like this type of video from me, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Every miss makes us better, so let's grow together. My name is JC. Try not to miss again.